What is going on, guys? It's Keith again, and we are here to talk about the DirectX 12 patch for Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Now, instead of going through a huge list of graphics cards and going one by one with very little information, what we decided to do this go around was focus specifically on the RX 480 and the GTX 1060, both being the latest generations from both vendors as well as being competing products. Now, it is very well known this is a Gaming Evolved title, and we are running it at 1080p on high preset using both DirectX 11 and DirectX 12. The system that we're using is a Core i5 6600K at 4.5 GHz, 16 GB of DDR4 at 3200 MHz, and it's running off of a Crucial MX100 512 gig SSD. Now, the cards in question are the 8 GB reference model for the RX 470 and the 6 GB Founders Edition for the GTX 1060. Neither one have any overclock and run completely as they do out of the box. Now, when I do mention the minimums and the averages, these are based on the numbers that the game benchmark feeds back to us. So you're going to see a little bit of a difference with these graphs because it's capturing every single frame that's being rendered. So something to keep in mind as we move forward. Starting off with DirectX 11, we see the GTX 1060 getting a minimum of 45.9 FPS with an average of 51, and the RX 480 getting a minimum of 42.7 with an average of 62. Now, we blew through that graph to look specifically at these charts here, as we're going to cycle through them, are showing the frame rates over time. Now, it is a maximum of 120 FPS on this chart, but this is through the duration of the in-game benchmark, showing you dips, spikes, and overall just how it goes. And here at the end, we show you how they look when you overlay them and can see them directly next to each other. You see that it's not a whole lot of difference between the two. Now, let's switch over to DirectX 12 and take a look and see how things fare over there. Now, in DirectX 12, the GTX 1060 got, again, a 45.9 minimum with a disappointing drop by, well, 0.2 FPS. It's still within margin of error at 54.9 FPS on the average. Now, moving over to the RX 480, we see the minimum go up to 46.8. So it manages to edge out the 1060 on the minimum, and the average jumps all the way up to 66.6. So the devil's frame rate, if you will. Now, when you overlay these and you see them next to each other, you see that similar, but the 480 is faster overall in this game. Well, that is how DirectX 12 manages to impact Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Now, it is fairly early, it's still in the beta, so we will come back when it leaves beta stage and we will test all of the graphics cards that we have in our test system, but this is kind of an update to see how things are coming along. Thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and we will catch you all in the next one.